Assalamu alaikum, grade 9. How are you? I am Faiza Nadeem and I have brought you your regular English lesson. But as usual, as always, as our practice, we always ask you regarding your academics. And we always give you our best wishes and best hopes that you are doing well in your academics. But above all, our question always is whether you are concerned about your salah or not, whether you are obedient to your parents or not. Please do so and keep our spirits and our hopes high over here, who stand here, wait and wish for you to do so. Let's officially start our lesson without further ado. Come with me and we will discover what I have brought for you today. Yes, my dear children, what is the board telling you? The board is telling you that we are going to do one vocabulary question and the next are the writing skills of the unit 6, the Quaid's Vision and Pakistan. We will do additional sentences as well, so be on your toes. Bring your pencils if you have not brought them so far. Bring your English register and take down notes as well if you want to. Right? So the first question of the day is connotations and denotations. What are connotations and what are denotations? Denotations are the meanings of the given words which are literal, taken from the dictionary, whereas connotations are the idea that is suggested or associated with the word. In your book, the example of snake is given. If you will look for the literal meaning of snake, you will see something that is legless and scaly. But if you will go for the figurative meaning of snake, you will go for something slithery, something your enemy, something poisonous, somebody who can poison you up, right? So that is the figurative meaning or the connotation, and the first one, the scaly and the legless creature, is your literal meaning or denotation. This question I didn't do in the vocabulary because I wanted to give it personal attention, because this can come in your objective paper, and thus I have prepared it for you in such a manner that you can easily understand, comprehend and attempt it if you get this question in your objective paper. I hope the meaning of denotation and connotation is clear, because I am moving on to the question, that is question number E of your exercise vocabulary. अब ये question number E आपको ये कहता था कि जो given words हैं, you have to write their denotation and then positive connotation and negative connotation. Positive और negative connotation क्या होती है? Positive connotation ये होती है कि अगर हम किसी को fox कहें, ठीक है, fox कहें तो उसकी जो connotation होगी positive, वो होगी clever, wise, ठीक है, और negative होगी वो क्या होगी? sly, schemy, ठीक है. यानी fox कहने से जो आइडिया आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है, अगर हम उस आइडिया को पॉजिटिवली लें तो वो होगा क्लेवर, और अगर हम उसको नेगेटिवली लें तो वो होगा स्कीमी, स्लाई, राइट? सो द वर्ड्स, देयर denotations, their positive connotation and their negative connotations are on the board. I'm just going to read them for you and you are going to fill in the table that is present in your textbook. आपकी टेक्स्ट बुक में ये टेबल गिवन है, आप ये वर्ड्स जल्दी जल्दी फिल इन कर दें, राइट? द फर्स्ट वर्ड इज फैट, और फैट की जो लिटरल मीनिंग है, डिक्शनरी की मीनिंग है, वो है ओवरवेट, और अगर हम पॉजिटिवली लें तो वो होगा प्लम्प, और अगर हम उसको नेगेटिवली लें तो वो होगा ओबीस. यानी अगर कोई मुझे प्यार से बोलना चाहे, मिस यू लुक वेरी क्यूट एंड प्लम, तो आई विल नॉट माइंड. बट इफ समबडी विल से कि ओहो यू आर सो ओबीस, आई एम डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू माइंड, राइट. नेक्स्ट इज नोटोरियस. नोटोरियस कौन होते हैं लोग? एक होते हैं फेमस, जो अपने अच्छे कामों की वजह से मशहूर होते हैं. एक होते हैं नोटोरियस, जो अपने बुरे कामों की वजह से मशहूर होते हैं. ठीक है, अगर आप अपनी शरारतों से अपने स्कूल में मशहूर हैं तो आप नोटोरियस हैं, राइट. नोटोरियस, इनफेमस, ठीक है. और इसकी पॉजिटिव कॉनोटेशन होगी इंडस्ट्रियस और नेगेटिव कॉनोटेशन होगी क्रिमिनल, राइट. स्पिंस्टर. स्पिंस्टर कौन होता है? स्पिंस्टर वो खवातीन होती हैं जो बूढ़ी हो जाए लेकिन उनकी शादी नहीं हो. ठीक है, अनमैरिड ओल्ड वुमेन. पॉजिटिव कॉनोटेशन हम उसको कह सकते हैं शी इज एन ओल्ड मेड, शी हैज ग्रोन ओल्ड बट शी हैज नॉट gotten married, right. और नेगेटिव कॉनोटेशन क्या होगी? ओहो शी इज अ wretched old woman, right. Then comes stern. The stern look your teacher gives, है ना. उसकी पॉजिटिव कॉनोटेशन से पहले उसकी डिनोटेटिव वैल्यू, ठीक है, वो है हार्श. पॉजिटिव कॉनोटेशन है स्ट्रिक्ट और नेगेटिव कॉनोटेशन है रिजिड. My principal is quite stern. She is very harsh towards indiscipline and she is very strict if we do not follow the rules. However, she is rigid and does not comply to, does not listen to what our complaints are, right? Next word is proud. Its denotation is arrogant. Its positive connotation is gorgeous and its negative connotation is snobbish. I have 3 more words. Let's quickly do those before we move on to the next topic of the day. Your next word is shrewd. Shrewd किसको कहते हैं? चालाक को, ठीक है. और उसका denotation है cunning. Positive connotation is keen and negative connotation is selfish. After that I've brought you economical. Economical लोग कौन से होते हैं? वो होते हैं जो सोच समझ के खर्चते हैं, ठीक है. उसकी डिनोटेशन है frugal. Frugal economical के लिए यूज होता है, ठीक है, लिटरल मीनिंग में. Positive is thrifty and negative is miserliness. My uncle is a thrifty person. Whenever he takes us to picnics or parties, he never buys anything from outside. Or my uncle has crossed the limit of miserliness. He wouldn't spend a single penny on any of us, right? Do you see the difference between both thrifty and miserliness? Next we come to fail. Its denotation is unsuccessful. Its positive connotation is futile. Futile का मतलब होता है जिसपे फ्रूट ना लगे, ठीक है, जो बेकार हो. और negative connotation is decline, नीचे 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 जाना, right. So these were the words, their connotations, positive, negative and their denotations. Next we move on to the writing skills. और writing skills में हमने क्या करना है? writing skills में हमने सबसे पहले तो एक पैराग्राफ लिखना है कायदे आज़म मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना पे, ठीक है. आपका जो क्वेश्चन है वो ये कहता है paragraph on Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah as a progressive and moderate Democrat. ठीक है, ये आपका क्वेश्चन आपसे डिमांड कर रहा है. मैंने आपको पैराग्राफ राइटिंग में जिस वक्त लिखना सिखाया था उस वक्त आपको ये कहा था कि पैराग्राफ राइटिंग में एक टॉपिक सेंटेंस कंपलसरी होता है. तो आपका टॉपिक सेंटेंस क्या होगा? टॉपिक सेंटेंस आपका यही होगा. ये देखो मैंने एरो डाल दिया है, ठीक है. आपका यही टॉपिक सेंटेंस होगा. कैसे शुरू करोगे? आप यूँ शुरू करोगे कि कायदे आज़म मोहम्मद अली जिन्ना was the most progressive and moderate Democrat of the 20th century. This is going to be your first line. After that you are going to have this statement that Qaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah had a clear concept of Islam. जब हम positive, democratic और moderate thoughts की बात करते हैं तो हम उसको हमेशा हमेशा सिमिलराइज करते हैं मैच करते हैं इस्लाम से, बिकॉज इस्लाम इज़ द ओनली रिलीजन विच स्पीक्स अबाउट मॉडरेशन, डेमोक्रेसी, इक्वालिटी, राइट. तो जब तक you are not going to have the traits of a true Muslim, you are not going to believe in the moderation, progressiveness and democracy, right? So your second sentence is going to be this, and then your third sentence will be the thought of Quaid-e-Azam, the ideology of Quaid-e-Azam, the progressive and moderate thought of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and his democratic ideas were reflected from all of his speeches. This is going to be a third sentence, and then you are going to quote this quote of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah to support your topic sentence. Okay? In one of his speeches, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was heard to have said that what are we fighting for? What are we aiming at? It's not a theocracy, not a theocratic state. Religion is there and it is dear to us. There are other things which are very vital, our social life, our economic life, and without political power, how can you defend your faith and economic life? So this is how Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah has intervened religion into our everyday life. He says that unless and until we are going to have a principle, an ideology which is based on the best religion of the world, how can we save ourselves? How can we save our economic life? How can we save our progressiveness? Ji beta, so this is exercise A of your writing skills. I am now going to move on to exercise B. Ji, mere pyare bachcho, exercise B is asking you to write an essay on Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah as our national hero. Of course, we have, alhamdulillah, now so many of our national heroes, from the people who got Nishani-e-Haider, from the principal of APS school, from the teachers who have given up their lives in order to protect the lives of their children. But the first and the foremost national hero is always going to remain as Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. आपके पेपर में Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah या अल्लामा इकबाल, इन दोनों में से एक ज़रूर आता है, तो आपने ये एसेस तो पक्के पक्के प्रिपेयर करने हैं. अब यहाँ पर आपको इस टेक्स्ट बुक के इस स्पेसिफिक राइटिंग स्किल्स के क्वेश्चन में ये कहा गया था कि आपको एक माइंड मैप दिया हुआ है और उस मैप के अकॉर्डिंगली आपने ये एसे लिखना है. माइंड मैप मैंने नहीं बनाया, वो जो आपका ग्राफिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन थी वो मैंने नहीं बनाई. अलबत्ता उस ग्राफिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन को मैंने इस तरह से आपके लिए प्रेजेंट कर दिया है सो दैट इट इज़ ईजियर फॉर यू टू फॉलो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. अच्छा, अब सबसे पहले इंट्रोडक्शन क्या है? Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah is definitely our first and foremost national hero, right? He was the founder of Pakistan, who created Pakistan, and he was the person who had provided a relief to the oppressed of the subcontinent. ठीक है, जो oppressed people थे, जो बेचारे परेशान थे, जो under serious problems थे, मुसलमान, Quaid-e-Azam brought a relief to them. ठीक है, he relieved them from the rule of the British Empire. Then your heading is birth and parentage. We all know that Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was born on 25th of December 1876, and his father's name was Jinnah Punja, right? And he was a trader. We all know that. After that is your schooling and early life. He did his matriculation from Sindh Madrasatul Islam. And then he went to London for his degree in law, right? Personality trait. Quaid-e-Azam was a very strong person. He had a firm belief on the Islamic ideology. He was a true Muslim. He was strong and courageous. He did not stand or he did not stoop down to any of the conditions. He did not stand or he did not stoop down to any of the conditions set up by the Britishers. He did not compromise on anything that was being said by the Britishers or the Hindus. And then we come to the main achievements. After Quaid-e-Azam did his degree in law, he came back to Pakistan or the subcontinent. And when he looked at the conditions of the people of subcontinent, he was deeply moved. He decided to join the Indian Congress. But after he joined the Indian Congress, he realized that his and the Hindus' ideologies, customs, religions, thoughts, everything was different. So Quaid-e-Azam left the Indian National Congress and formed Pakistan Muslim League in 1934. And within a 6 years' time, he was successful in passing the Pakistan Resolution on 1940. ये पाकिस्तान रेजोल्यूशन थी बेटा, जिसकी वजह से पाकिस्तान की आइडियोलॉजी कायम हुई और पाकिस्तान came into being, right? So this was his main achievement. You are going to write about Indian National Congress and him leaving the Indian National Congress and then joining Pakistan Muslim League and the Pakistan Resolution being passed on 1940. Services for the people. Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah has done great services for the people of the subcontinent. He not only relieved them from the British supremacy, from being oppressed through the hands of the Britishers and the Hindus, but he provided them with a homeland which they can call their own, on which they can practice, for which they can practice their own customs and religion. आपको पता है कि जो white part है हमारे flag का, that represents all the non-Muslims, ठीक है, all the other communities that live in Pakistan. So Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah did not only provide a platform for the Muslims, he was a relaxer, or he was the provider of freedom to all the ethnic, cultural and religious groups that were living in Pakistan in the subcontinent. Whoever planned to join Pakistan at the time of independence became our own. He or she is our own. And Quaid-e-Azam has specifically advised us to keep their rights in our mind whenever we are forming any law. Remember it as an ideal. This you can write, obviously, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah is going to be our ideal forever and ever throughout our life. It is only because of him that we have found a homeland. And you can intervene or add up these 2 points together, and you can conclude by saying that Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was, is and will always going to be our ideal, our national hero, because he was the only person who has brought us out from the grasp of oppression. He was the only person who has brought us out from the trauma that we had been living in, right? ये आपका हमने एक्सरसाइज बी राइटिंग स्किल्स की कर ली. अब मैंने आपके लिए कुछ एक्स्ट्रा वर्ड्स लाई हूँ, ठीक है. अब ये जो आपके एक्स्ट्रा वर्ड्स हैं, इनको आपने अपने वर्ड बैंक में ऐड कर देना है. मैं आपको वर्बली सेंटेंसेस बताऊंगी, आपने ये अपने वर्ड सेंटेंसेस वाले कॉलम में सारे लिख लेने हैं. रीज़न हमें पता है, 5 मार्क्स का सवाल आता है, 8 में से 5 वर्ड्स के सेंटेंसेस बनाने होते हैं. कोई हार्म नहीं है अगर हम ये सेंटेंसेस बना लें. थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा वर्क है 5 और 10 मिनट्स का, बट इट्स गोइंग टू come in handy in our final exam. So let's move on to the words and the sentences. बहुत सारे हैं, कोई बात नहीं अगर बहुत सारे हैं बच्चे, आप खुद भी बना सकते हो. आपने क्या करना है, आपने इनकी स्पेलिंग्स भी याद करनी है और इनके सेंटेंस कंस्ट्रक्शन भी. ठीक है, एक एक वर्ड और उसका सेंटेंस मैं आपके लिए कंस्ट्रक्ट करती हूँ. आसान से सेंटेंसेस बनाओ ताकि गलतियों की गुंजाइश कम हो. राइट? Affirmed, he affirmed that he is going to participate in the race. Afraid, I am afraid of the dark, so I don't go out at night. Aptitude, she has an aptitude towards art and she draws specific sceneries. Belief, as a Muslim, our belief is the first fundamental part of our religion. Challenges, we must not be scared of facing challenges. If we want to succeed, we must face all the challenges with a brave heart. Collectively, the student body decided to go collectively to the principal and ask for a prep leave. Concept, this concept of algebra is very difficult to comprehend. ठीक है? The concept behind the emergence or the making of Pakistan is the two-nation theory. Despite his continuous effort, he failed to score maximum marks in his math test. Disharmony. Media can cause disharmony by giving false news. Disintegration. Mustafa Kamal Pasha protected the Turkey from getting disintegrated. Distinctive. Snakes are known for their distinctive colors on their scales. Divided. If we are united and not divided on any ideology, nobody can take over Pakistan. Emergence. Immediately after the emergence of Pakistan, we faced multiple problems. Enormity. Never be scared of enormity of any task. If you will pull up your socks, if you will be brave enough to have consistent effort, you will come out of every problem, every task. Ethnic. Every country has their own ethnic, social rituals and dishes. Faith. The basic principle of Islam is our faith on the solidarity of Allah and the Holy Prophet as the last messenger. Honor. You must show honor and respect to your teachers. Individually, each of the students was asked to submit their report individually. Issue. The current issue of Pakistan is the problem of terrorism. Leadership. Pakistan came into being under the leadership of Quaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Man in the street. You have taught this question so well that a man on the street can even understand it. Or you have taught the concept so well that a man in the street can also understand it. Morale. Keep up your morale high and face all the problems with a brave heart. One day you will definitely succeed. Motto. Our motto as a nation of Pakistan is unity, faith, and discipline. Nomenclature. You must understand the scientific nomenclature before you pick up chemistry. Numerous. There were numerous options for me to decide and to wear on the party. Overcame. We must overcome our ethnic and provincial discrimination in order to become united as one nation. Overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed when I saw my uncle after 2 years. Pivot. Blade is the pivot of the shaver. Principle. We must follow the principles of Pakistan, the principles of Quaid Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah in order to make Pakistan a successful country. Pursue. The police is on the pursuit of the criminal and they are going to find it eventually. rectify. Kindly recheck your paper and rectify the mistakes that you have done in it. Separate. Muslims of the subcontinent wanted a separate homeland for them. Share. It was with sheer pleasure that I announced that I have won the competition. Sterling. He is a man of sterling qualities. Quaid Azam was a man of sterling qualities. Struggle. Pakistan came into being after a lot of struggle. Succeed. You must try again and again, even if you fail, if you want to succeed finally in your life. Undertook. He undertook a lot of oppression and finally he was able to release himself from the duty. Unity. The problem of the day is the unity which we are lacking as a nation. Alright, let's quickly recapitulate today's lesson. What did we do today? Number 1, we did exercise E of vocabulary, that was left. Number 2, we did question number A and B of the writing skills. And number 3, we did loads and loads of irrational sentences. I hope all of you have written everything down that I have given you, because these are very important, very essential marks and not to be overlooked as far as your result paper is concerned, right? फायज़ा नदीम को इजाज़त दो, अपना बहुत ख्याल रखो, नमाज़ों का एहतमाम रखो, अपने अम्मी अब्बू के फरमाबरदार रहो। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।